Hello planner friends, in this video I'm going to talk about the Passion Planner Daily and how I use this planner. So this is my current one. I have a couple at home because I like it very much. So let me just quickly show you a brand new one without my doing in it. So you kind of have a feel for what this planner is if you don't know it. If you already know the planner, just skip this part. But for all of those out there who don't know this planner, so this is actually an older version. I'm gonna go into that in detail in a bit, but there are newer versions and older versions of this planner, so just be aware of that. If you order any on the website, it's gonna say 1.0 or 2.0 or whatever, so it's a little bit different. So this one is just the Elite Black cover. They have a lot of beautiful covers and in colors and with patterns and whatnot, so if that's something that you like, check that out. So the planner starts with this page, who and what I'm grateful for, and then a little bit like a thank you note to the customers. You can put your name and stuff. There is a little note to yourself that you can fill out. So before we dive into this is a very special planner. This is really geared towards reaching your goals and helping you with your productivity and doing the things that you need to do to get the most impact on your life. So I'm not gonna go into detail about all the description of this planner because you can read it online, I'm pretty sure, and also you can read it if you get this planner. So there is like a cute little story about hard toe, and you can read that if you want. Let's just skip that ahead. So there is like this section that like explains how it works, and this is definitely like one like legitimate way to use it. Obviously this is how it was designed to be used, but this is obviously not the only way to use it. So let's just dive into the real pages so you kind of get the feel for it. So it starts out with your passion roadmap, and this is like the ultimate first page to fill out in this planner. This is going to decide your longer term goals. Like as you can see, there is like a category of lifetime and 3 years and whatnot, so it's really a longer term planning for your goals. You should brainstorm about what you want to achieve in your life and then break that down into small tasks so you can put those into this planner. So every month has this month's game changer goal. This planner is designed to be used every day, and if you do that, there is like pages for 3 months in total. So you have this month's game changer goal page 3 times in this planner. So this is the first one, and if you use this every day, you are gonna have like 30 days of daily pages, and then you would get this page again. So in the front we have this page, which is just like a year at a glance kind of situation, and then we have the bread and butter of this planner, which is the daily pages. So you have the left side, which is today's focus, my game changer goal, which is where you would put the tasks that you identified on these pages. So as you can see, you will define this like a 1 month goal on here, and then you would put that on here. So this is really basically walking you through the goal setting process, or how this planner thinks is the best way to set a goal, and how to use this planner to help you with that. So you would put that in here. Then you have personal tasks, work tasks, you have free space to grow, self-maintenance, best thing that happened today, I learned today in 1 word, mood. Then you have a schedule on here, and then you have the right side, which is just a blank page, which is called Space of Infinite Possibility. And it says journal, draw, brainstorm, take notes, mind map. So you can do whatever you want on this side. And this repeats throughout the planner. So as I mentioned, you have, I'm pretty sure 30 or 31 of these pages right after each other. And then after that, you would come across this self-check-in page. So it's kind of like, how was your month? What did you achieve? What went good? What went not that good? And then you have this month's game changer goal again. And then you would do the same thing. You would define a goal that you would want to work on for a month, and then use the daily pages to remind you of that. And then you would get another one of those. So this is how it works. This is the basic concept. You also have this, since you started this planner, check-in at the end, and then some blank pages. And the planner also comes with some stickers and stuff like that. So this is an older version, which means that there are no monthly spreads. So you know, like the monthly calendar that you would get in a normal planner. Let me show you, just so yeah, talking about the same thing. So just like, you know, just like a monthly calendar. There are no monthly calendars in this because this is an older version. But in the new version that they sell, they have a monthly calendar in this kind of planner. So just make sure you know which one to buy. I am not entirely sure if they still sell the old ones, so this one without the monthly, but if they do, just make sure you get the right one, which one is right for you. If you want the monthly or not, that's totally your decision. So let's now dive into what I do with this planner. So obviously there are no right or wrong ways using a planner. This planner is undated, which makes it even easier to use however you want to, because you are not bound to use this like every day. As you can tell, I didn't really fill out this very much, but that's really not the most interesting part, I feel like. So I never use these pages as well. So first things first. One of the first things that I do completely differently is I really don't use this planner every day. I mean, I am like a planner person. I'm a planner lover. I'm a planner girl. I have a lot of planners. I can show you my setup now, but I have a lot of planners right next to me. So I use a lot of planners because I like to use planners. I like to change it up. So I absolutely have no time to use this much space every day and to have the time for it and the energy. And also, as you can tell, I'm a decorative planner. I like to make my planner pages pretty. That's what makes me motivated to use them. And it's also like a creative kind of outlet, but I don't have the time to do it. And I know you don't have to, and you don't have to. So if you're not a decorative one, you can just put pen to paper and that's fine. I'm just not that kind of person, and I don't feel good doing that, so I'm not doing that. So I'm not using this every day. This is definitely a very good planner for like a one planner only person. So if you're really just looking for one planner and you want to have a planner every day and you really want to focus on your goals for next year, for example, this is definitely one to use. This is going to get you what you want if you use it, because it is so detailed and you use it every day. And I mean, 2 pages for a day is a lot of space. So you can write down everything, you can always remind yourself of your goals, and so hopefully that would get you to where you want to go. So definitely get this planner if you're that person, or if you need that kind of, you know, everyday accountability. So I am not using this every day. As you can see, I mean, there are days that or weeks that I use it like day after day, but it's the 10th of March, and then it's the 13th, and then okay, that's the 14th, 17th, 18th, 20th. So, you know, and there is also like a huge like this is the 21st of March, and then we have the 11th of April. So there are like huge jumps in here. There are times where I don't use it at all. like 4 months. If I just don't want to use it and I don't need it, I'm not going to use it. So that's like the one thing that I am really passionate about this passion planner, pun intended, is you don't have to use it every day, even if this planner tells you. And don't be bothered by the monthly check-in pages that come like after 30 days. Just use them whenever you want. So another thing is the space of infinite possibility. I feel like this might be hard page to fill up and every day, and you don't have to, obviously. But if you're like me and you don't like to waste paper and waste the page, you might want to fill the page every day or the days that you use this planner. And it's not always easy. So let me just show you a couple pages so you maybe get some ideas on how to use this page or what I put on these pages. And I struggle with this as well. I also don't know every time what to put, so just so you know. So this was like a monthly focus kind of thing. This was kind of the beginning of the month. I received this planner probably on the 8th of March, and so I decided to just start it. So monthly focus for March. And then, like, you know, you could just journal, and you see this kind of day 2 thing here. Passion Planner has a lot of like super nice printables on their website, and they have like journaling challenges and gratitude challenges and whatnot. And so that is like a super easy way to fill out these pages if you would like to check that out. So another thing you could put is a to-buy list, or next, like tomorrow or next week. Sometimes I just cover the page with deco because I don't know what to put, and that's fine as well because it's nice to look at and I like to use this page, so that's a win in my book. This is also pretty much covered up with deco, so more journaling, like a long form journaling, not just like a blurb, but like more. You could just fill the whole page with journaling if that's what you wanted. And then I have sometimes like specific to-do lists. So these are my university subjects, and I just put the specific to-dos to the specific subject. So you could put like, I don't know, specific to-do lists for chores, for work if this space is not enough, or any kind of other specific to-do list. And then I have like a review. You could do like a review for the day or for the week or for the month, depending on which day you are in the month. There is also this kind of I am grateful for sticker, so this was more like a gratitude log. So that's that. And then this was like spring equinox. So how can I nurture the seeds I have planted? What's the prompt for this day? And how have I grown in the past year? So I just wrote something about that. This one is empty, so just skip it. More to-do lists, and more covering up the space with stickers. And then we have like a brain dump, so you could just have a section to like write down everything that's in your mind, because that is very helpful. You could set like a top 3 for the day or for the week or for the month, even whatever you want. This is more like a weekly schedule. If you're like, this was on a Friday, so I probably just decided to plan the week after. This is just kind of random, kind of like random to-dos. A running list of stuff, important things to do. And then I started doing like health to-dos that could also be interesting for you. This weekend is also a good list to keep. I feel like there are weekends in my life where I feel like I really need to do a lot, so that's just always handy. Chores is also always a good one. Weekly review, as I mentioned. A Sunday routine is what is specific to me, so maybe that doesn't apply to you, but you could have a Sunday routine to reset if that's something that that would be interesting to you. University tasks is a very specific to-do list. Work to do coming up, just thoughts about the day, covering it up entirely. Instagram posts is something that is also specific to me. If you don't do Instagram, then it's probably not relevant to you. Books you want to read, for example, information that you find on the internet that you want to put down somewhere is also it's also a good space for that. More to do, yeah, so that's basically it. So obviously there is a lot more ways to use this page. Those are just kind of my ways of using it. So yes, that's that for the space movement possibility. Let's move on to the left side of the page. So one thing I want to talk about is these prompts on the left side. So you have, as I mentioned, my game changer goal, personal work, free space to grow, self-maintenance, best thing that happened, today I learned, today one word mood, and obviously today's focus. So I mean, if you want to use this planner how it was intended, those prompts are probably good to use. Obviously, if you don't like, I mean, for example, if you don't work, the work, I can't even find one. If you don't work, this list is kind of, you know, you can't really put anything. So I mean, it's not gonna apply to everyone. So just don't be afraid to change the prompts. Like, you could just ignore them and put whatever you want on the list, or you could just cover them up. So I have been covering these up for the longest time because I don't really like them. So I mean, I like the focus, I like the game changer goal. I don't always use it like the planner intended it to be used, so I don't just fill out stuff that I put down on here. I just use it as a to-do list or like a priorities list for the day, like the 3 top tasks to do. So I guess I'm not using this planner as it was intended at all, but yeah, so you could just use this as like the planner intended, or just put your top 3 to-dos for the day, and then you could like cover up any kind of prompt. The ones that I usually cover up are this is a good one to show you. I always cover up personal and work because I don't really need that like distinguishment. Is that a word? I don't know. I don't need to distinguish those two. I just want to have like a long to-do list of things. I don't want to sort them into any kind of category. I always cover up the free space to grow because I never know what to do with it. And then I always cover up the what's called today I learned, because then I don't know why, but it's very hard for me to think of something every day, or like the days that I use this. Today I learned, I mean, I don't really learn like something that I could put down every day, so I always cover that. But I mean, just you can cover everything. you can cover the hours of the day. If you just want to use this as a to-do list, you can just cover the hour of the days, or just ignore that. So the things I use for like covering this up is washi tape. So you can just use like this is still like too thick to just put on, so you would have to cut it. I just used like an X-Acto knife, like this. I don't know if you can tell. It has just like a small little blade. It's like a pen. So I just put there the washi tape and then just cut on the line and pull the rest off. And usually I can use the other half to cover another prompt, so that's what I do. This washi tape is actually this thin, so you can even get like washi tape that would fit into the box. You don't have to cut it. That's possible as well. So or you just, as I mentioned, or you just ignore it, or you could also just white it out, put something else. It doesn't have to be washi tape, or just white it out and don't put anything, just leave it blank. And it could be like personal list all the way through, or you just don't need a title for it. Not every to-do list needs a title, so yeah. Okay, so I think we talked about the prompts long enough. Let's move on to the schedule part. So I do use this as a schedule. There are people on Instagram who use this planner who don't use this part as a schedule at all, but like a to-do list. I'm gonna try to link some of those accounts in the description box so you can check out how that works. I do use this as a schedule, and it is really not that accurate. So I try to use this as a schedule, but I usually do my scheduling digitally because it never goes according to plan, so I like to push things around, and you can do that once you put it down. But it's more like this is my plan for the day in the morning, and then if it changes, and it doesn't have to reflect in my planner. And if it doesn't bother you, then you can definitely use this as a schedule as well. If it bothers you, if it doesn't reflect your real day, then I would say don't use this. Don't use it as a schedule, or don't schedule things on paper, because it's just hard to, move things around, or just put it on sticky notes or whatever. So I use this as a schedule, and there are different ways that you can do this. So you can just put, like, I always mark the hours that pertains to the tasks. That could be a way. You could use like boxes to block out hours, like so. You could use like long strips of washi or stickers. You could just do pen and paper and just mark. There is this one which is just very chaotic, but you could do like a more creative, chaotic way. So yeah, I think the one thing I wanted to say about this is don't use this as a schedule if you don't like to schedule on paper. And I mean, if you don't use this as a schedule, I mean, you have a lot of more space for to-do lists or brain dump lists or just notes or journaling. You could just journal on here or whatever it is you want to do. So I feel like this planner is like so versatile because there is really not a wrong or right way to use it. So yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about is don't be afraid to put in printables into this planner. So as I mentioned, this planner only consists of these daily pages, and then you have this monthly check-in thing once a month or once every 30 or 31 pages, which could be fine if you use this planner as it's intended to be used, like every day, and then you would do a monthly check-in, and if that's fine with you, then it's totally fine. But I don't use it that way. So the monthly pages just come in at random. So these pages are like multiple months, like almost a full year of pages, because I don't use this every day. So this month's game changer goal in the middle of December, after I have been using this since March, it's a little bit, it's in a weird spot. So what I did, I glued this in. This passion roadmap is the same kind of thing that you have in the front of the planner, and you can download it from the Passion Planner's website. It's free, and you can choose the size of planner that you use, so it's perfectly sized for that. And I just glued this in, and I just did this at the end of November because I felt like it. I felt like I needed a new start. So just, don't be afraid to put in stuff that you need or want. And if you don't use this every day and the month is over, you could just print out one of these monthly check-in pages, this month's game changer goal, and put it in whenever you want it or need it. Don't wait for the page to like come up. Or I mean, you could just flip to the next one and just fill it out, but there is only 3, so if you used it for a longer time than 3 months, obviously that's not going to be enough if you want to do this every month. So just print it out and put it in. I'm pretty sure they have this one as a printable as well. But even if they don't, you can just copy the prompts and put it on the Space of Infinite Possibility page. So yeah, I would definitely highly recommend to check out all the printables that they have on their website. Maybe even download the ones that you feel like initially that you would like to use or enjoy using. and then maybe even print them out and have them on hand. And if you feel like a little bit uninspired with this planner or with your goals, just print them out and put them in. This is another example that I never use, but they have this workout planner, for example, that you could use. They have this like weekly overview kind of thing, and this was part of another, like a whole printable for the page, and I just cut it down because I didn't want the other part. So, you know, just experiment around with printables. Obviously, if you have a printer. If you don't, it's still possible to print that stuff out, but it's probably a little bit more stress. So yeah, I mean, printables, I feel like, are a very good way to personalize this planner and use this the way you need it. All right, I think that's kind of everything I wanted to talk about regarding this planner. If you have any questions about this, about the planner, the way I use it, or if you want more ideas or whatever, let me know in the comments, and I will also try to link a couple of accounts on Instagram that have like amazing passion planner spreads that you can take inspiration from. There is also an official Passion Planner Daily account on Instagram that reposts spreads from other people, so if that could be interesting to you, maybe check that out. And yeah, I guess the last thing is, don't be afraid to put stuff on the front. I have been afraid of doing this for the longest time, but now I love my planner. So and also, don't be afraid to cut out the bookmark. This one comes with a bookmark, and this neon green, and I really am not vibing with this color at all, so I have cut it out, and I don't need it. And I would use this rubber closure thing to mark where I am in the planner. Just put it there, and then it opens automatically to that page. So, you know, just a little hack for you. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, leave me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I also have an Instagram account if you want to follow me over there. I'm gonna leave it in the description box as well. And other than that, I hope you have an awesome day and that we see each other very soon. Until then, bye.